Thank you for watching. Today I'm not going to paint anything, I'm not going to build anything with styrene. In fact, I'm really going out of my comfort zone. What I got myself is the new HPI Savage XL Octane. This is, well, I dare say this is the only car in the past few years that I've been really geared up about. They announced this car, I think, in 2012 already. And it didn't happen for some reason. And then 2013 everybody was waiting for it. Now summer is approaching in 2014 and it's finally here. I really could not wait to get this car in, and it hardly occurs with me that I really feel the need to get my hands on a car. Why is this such an important ride? Well, not just for me, but I think for the entire hobby. If you are familiar with my channel, you know that I have a huge passion for large-scale RCs. Large-scale is really something different, you know. You have those big two-stroke engines, you have the noise, you have the smell, you have all that good stuff that you also have in a real car. They're easy to work on. And then, well, I've also developed a love for all the smaller electric stuff, like the crawlers, the scalers, my Exoterra. I love that thing. And I think that this car, this whole concept, because it's an entirely new concept, but I'll get to that, this car will really be a game changer. From the very start, monster trucks have really been about nitro. People wanted to have the noise, they wanted to have that true monster truck experience. I mean, if you go to a monster jam, it's not exactly silent in those stadiums. People are wearing hearing protectors over there just to make sure that they don't go completely deaf. So they managed to replicate that with nitro. Nitro, I know a lot of guys are really into nitro, and you might get pissed for me not being into nitro, but nitro really is my thing. Where I live, the climate is so different, also during the day. It can be really non-humid, and then it can be humid in the afternoon. And with nitro you just keep tuning that carburetor. Plus you get blisters from the pull start, everything is super tiny. They have finally solved that problem. The Savage XL Octane is the first car to have a two-stroke engine in a bit of a smaller displacement than what I'm used to in the fifth scale vehicles. This one comes with a 15cc engine. I know that Losi has also released a monster truck with a similar engine, but that one only has a 5.2 or 5.6cc displacement, which makes it sound a bit whiny, like a nitro sort of. And this thing sounds like a big block engine, so it has that monster truck grunt going on. I already have seen a few videos of them running. That's why I know about the noise, and I can't wait to find it out tomorrow. I'm not going to start it up tonight. It is 11:15 or 11:30 at night even. My kids are asleep. It's way too late for me as well, because I want to make sure that I can put this video online as fast as possible, just to share the joy of unboxing this with you. And I think I shouldn't drag on that much longer. You have already seen all the close-ups of the box so far, so I'm going to cut open the seal, open it up, see what we get in the package. I'm pretty sure we will get the regular crappy HPI remote, but all that stuff we're not too concerned about. It's about the car. This thing, apart from the FG monster trucks and the MCDs, in its class 8 scale, this is the meanest looking truck that I've ever seen. You can't really tell from there, and I guess by now you're done looking at this box. Showed you all the close-ups and whatnot, so I think it's time to take it out. I'll start with some of the annoying stuff, batteries, stuff like that. I don't know what's in the rest of this plastic bag. Let's open this up first, build the suspense a tiny bit as well. Why did I prefer the Savage also over the Losi? It's not just because of the engine displacement, it's also because the Savage is such a proven platform. It's been around since, I don't even know, 1996, something like that, 1998. And people have been beating it like, well, like they say, like a red-headed stepchild, and it just keeps coming back for more. So these things, they're robust. Being such a known platform, there's a ton of upgrades that you can get for them, because, well, when it all boils down to it, it's basically the same platform as the Savage XL with the 5.9 engine, as you know it. And, well, for the whole range of Savages, there's a huge range of upgrades available. Oh, you get a wall charger with all these plugs that we use these actually in my part of the world. The double ones, this is, I don't even know, American, Australian, something like that. I will ask a few of my friends what they think. So this whole thing, you can just throw this away, you can throw this box away. These plasma batteries, I'm not even going to risk putting these in the remote. It's not that you will be destroying a whole lot with this remote, because it is ugly. If you look at it, this is the worst plastic that I've ever seen. The only thing that I got going for them is that the range is actually pretty okay. But I will be running this thing on something that actually that can be trusted. It's still a heavy truck. And especially with a two-stroke engine in there, you don't want to lose control. So this thing will also disappear somewhere on the shelf, or I will give it to someone. In this bag, don't bother, by the way, leaving me a comment. Yeah, give me the remote, because I'm not into that type of stuff. There's plenty of other channels who do that type of shit, but I'm not one of them. Oh, you get some two-cycle oil, so you can mix your fuel right away and get going. So that's a good thing. You get air filter oil. Filter maintenance on two-stroke engines, crucial. So make sure to keep that up and to keep doing that. Might seem a bit tedious, but you will be having more fun in the long run. You get some random tools, a few spare bolts, screws and C-clips, that type of stuff. What appears to be an extra air filter, if there is none on the car currently, but we will figure that out as soon as I get the car out of the box. You get some zip ties, always really nice. These are actually a good length. If you put these two together, if your wife comes home screaming at you just because you bought yet another RC car, you tie these two together, you grab your wife's hands, tie her hands together and send her off in the kitchen. You get these plastics, no idea what they're for. We will figure that out as well. And you get this mount thingy. The car itself seems to be pretty complete, so I'm not sure if these are spare parts or if I actually need to put some stuff together. As I said, the entire thing is ready to run. Crash. And you can tell it is huge. Dinging against the lamps there. And that's just a bunch of plastics and a manual. Let me take the box off as well. Okay. So. Damn, it looks good. You know what? Let's pop the body clips out, take the body off, and see what I got here. This will sound odd. I don't get super geared up over an RC that often anymore, but this one I'm really geared up about it. I will go through the standard procedure first and tell you that if you are not familiar with RCs and if you do not know what you're doing, read the manual. Even if you do know what you're doing, go read the manual. For me, this is like a new weight class, 8 scale. It's also a new concept. This engine has an ignition system which I'm not familiar with. This engine does not have a flywheel. I think that's also what kind of delayed the whole process a tiny bit. This not being a conventional two-stroke engine that you would find in a large-scale car makes it well, quite a revolutionary concept, so to speak. I think this whole concept will bridge the gap between people who are currently running nitro, perhaps want to get into 5th scale, don't quite have the budget or don't have the space to run a fifth scale, and I think this is just perfect to fit in that gap. And for me as well, I didn't want to have an electric monster truck because I think that they need to make noise and they need to produce some smoke, and they need to run on gas. I didn't want to have a nitro because I'm tired of getting blisters on my hands, and I'm tired of going around with a screwdriver tuning an engine just to get 5 minutes of runtime out of it. So this, for me, it's perfect. This is my first monster truck. I talk a lot to Vasco, who runs Aussie RC Playground. He has a ton of monster trucks, and I told him that I was getting this thing. He was super geared up about it as well. And I think maybe through Skype or whatnot, we will be able to compare the differences and to compare the cars to see what kind of similarities we can find between what's already out there and how this is an entirely new concept. Anyway, enough yip yap. I promised to pull out the body pins, and then I got super distracted by the way that this thing looks. So, oh my god, when it's new it's so tight. Nice looking body. HPI always has nice looking shells on their vehicles. They produce some good molds. They also have a good quality Lexan. At first, when I saw the pictures of this truck, I was a bit afraid that due to the whole bed being taken out with the roll cage poking through and the cylinder, that it might be a bit floppy or whatnot, but it doesn't appear to be floppy at all. I actually think that this will last quite long, because when you dent in the roof, it actually bumps against that roll cage, so there's not a whole lot of allowing for flex the way it is set up. This is nice. Gas tank, I believe it is 300 cc's, will get you about 25 minutes of runtime. And then this engine, I can't tell you that much about it because I'm not familiar with it at all. I just know that there's a huge cooling head on there. Due to it not having a flywheel, this engine, there's also no cooling ribs on a flywheel to sort of cool it down. I know that I did something behind the clutch to be able to vent it. There's a regular looking carburetor setup. I'm not sure what type of carburetor it is. It just seems to be inverted. Rune, that's the owner of fistfuls RC here in Norway, where I bought the car. He already told me that the only thing that will be a bit peculiar is putting the choke on, because it's the exact opposite of what we large-scale guys are used to. Over here you have your air filter set up, then that ignition coil. I'm not quite sure how that runs. I just know that there is 2 batteries going in this huge container on the side. One of them is powering the servos and the other one is powering that ignition system. And I'm still bad at muting my stuff. Over here on all the corners you see the big bore shocks that you can also get, I believe, for the Savage XL. Again, I've never owned a monster truck before, so I'm not too familiar with it. We did in the store compare this one to the regular Savage XL, and I saw a few similarities. For example, the shock towers, the A-arms, stuff like that. So I know that that's right out of the gate. That's all stuff that if you want to, you can upgrade it. Wheel carriers, the hubs, even the skid plate for the regular Savage XL 5.9 would fit this one, the Savage XL Octane. I'm going to take you a bit closer, walk you through it, and let's see. The chassis on the Savage XL Octane is completely new, so these uprights at first glance they look like something that you would find on any other Savage. But in fact they took out a lot less material. On all the other Savages it's lightened to the point where it's barely recognizable. These are really decent chunks of aluminium. Sorry for the squealing tires. The Savage XL Octane comes with a 3-speed gearbox that you can adjust on the side. Just turn it away from you because I needed to have a look at it as well. There's a few screws sitting over here that you can simply turn in clockwise, counterclockwise to adjust the gearing if it doesn't shift on time. This is also something that I'm not familiar with, So I need to check that out, and I need to figure out how to work that in case I do have a problem with the shifting. For now, everything I see looks really good. I'm really geared up on it. The only thing that did concern me, but that instantly got taken away upon looking at it a bit closer, was this header. I'm familiar with these type of headers from my HPI Baja. The HPI Baja SS comes with sort of like a pigtail pipe, which HPI calls the tuned pipe, and then the header is made of such brittle material that once it heats up a tiny bit it cracks and then it just falls off. This header is a lot thicker than the one that you would find on your HPI Baja SS, and it looks to be hooked up pretty well as well with a few springs. A big pipe for such a small engine. I'm seeing the whole thing for the first time. In the back, I've been told that this is pretty similar to what you would find on an RC boat engine. With those I'm also not familiar, but I believe people when they tell me stuff like that. So that would also mean that you would be able to get some spares for this pull starter in case you need to. The rest, when it comes to the A-arms, the way everything is laid out, it's pretty decent. It's pretty thought through. The steering hubs, for example, if you would break off one end, you will see this in a close-up shot, you can simply flip them around and use the other end. And then the hubs in the front and the back, they're actually completely alike. Which would mean that in case you need spare parts or whatnot to fix it up, availability will not be any problem. Bumpers are decent, the plastics that are used are very nice. I like this huge chunky radio box on the side, and I cannot wait to run this thing. Compared to the regular Savage XL, they upgraded the braking system, so they went from a double brake system, a double disc system, to a triple disc. It is however quite exposed, so you might want to look into getting a skid plate if you plan on buying one of these cars. It is, I think, the very first upgrade that I will be getting in case I do run into trouble. And aside from that, I don't want any muck to be spooling around those center axles. So, well, that being said, other than that, I cannot find anything that's not to my liking, apart from perhaps if I really have to nitpick the plastic shock bodies and the plastic shock caps, but hey. That concludes the unboxing of this Savage XL Octane. I'm stoked. I'm stoked to have one. I really think that this car is going to be a game changer, and in all honesty, HPI also deserves one. They've been doing awesome things for the RC community in the past, with the RS4, with the Savage, with the HPI Baja. And I really hope that this will be the next big thing. The hobby needs to grow. These are tough times around the globe. There's a lot of companies going under, being taken over. And HPI, I think they delayed it. But what we see here is a perfect product, apart from the shitty radio, of course. But that's something you can easily switch out, and most people that I know are going to use their own radio anyway. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. When I find out more about this car, you will see it. When I run it as well, you will see it. If you have any questions, if I didn't pay attention to something and you want me to look into something, leave me a comment in the box below and I'll try to get back to you. If you enjoyed watching it, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed yet, please do. I got a ton of different videos, got some scalers, super scalers, crawlers, big scale, small scale, painting, styrene, you name it. And now I finally have a monster truck. Thank you for watching, take care, and bye bye.